Well, it's late season now. We're officially into January and I'm tagged out. Still trying to get my wife on a deer, but I'm already looking into projects for next deer season, and one of those things that's on my list is a mineral site. I've got this suburban property here, and as far as I know, there's never been a mineral site here. So I know a lot of you guys start thinking about that stuff in like the spring, February and March, but like I said, I'm tagged out, and so I'm looking to get an early jump start on these projects. And plus, who am I to say when a deer are going to start using it? You know, we're starting to see some deer that are having some antler drop now, and I just want to go ahead and get it out here and get it available to them so they can decide when they want to start using it. And I've got a good clay-based location picked out on this property, so I'm not worried about it, you know, diluting and leaching down into the ground like if it were sand or something. So we're gonna get in here and get it going, show you how we do it. So starting a mineral site is fairly simple. You just need a couple of things. Again, like I said, I got good clay-based soil here, so I'm going with our granular product. It's our 25-pound bag Antler Addict Deer Mineral. We make it in a granular and a block form, so if you have sandy soil, you can use the block and you don't have to worry about your product getting washed down into the sand and leaching away from that area. But like I said, a good clay-based soil, the granular is what you need. And for establishing a new site, just a 25-pound bag will do you. Grab our shovel, come over here. So I've got this spot picked out right here. You want to put it in a spot that's in the shade, it's close to water. As you can see, we got a big water hole right here, and I've already got a camera on it, and I get deer pictures in this thing all hours of the day and night. You can look around this water hole right here and see all these tracks. I mean, it's just littered with tracks in here. So I know these deer are going to find this pretty quick. I don't want to go out in the middle of the woods or, you know, the middle of a field, some spot where the deer aren't already using, and put out a mineral site in hopes that they find it. I want to put it where they're already going, and then it makes it a lot easier for them to find and use. So I'm just going to take right here on the side of this road, I'm going to clear off the ground cover. You can see that red soil right there. I'm just going to clear the top of it off, and I'm going to dig a hole, knock some of this brush down, privet. I'm going to dig a hole that's about 2 foot across and probably 8 to 10 inches deep to put this mineral in. There's a rock right there. want to get this dirt out of there. All right. So we've got our hole right here. Just gonna take our bag of Antler Addict granular mineral. Grab my knife. And we're just gonna dump it right in. Just like this, close to that. Alright. We got about half that bag in there. Right, we're just going to stir this in with the dirt. Mix it up. Get it down in this hole real good. We'll take and throw a little bit of dirt back on top of there. Mix that product in. Just like that. I'm gonna get these big rocks out. I don't want them in there. The dirt clods are fine. But rocks like that, I don't want them back in there. The rock. Okay. Now that we've got that, let's see. Make sure none of this is rock here. That's all pretty good dirt. There's a rock there, there, small one there. I'm just going to take that and throw some more back in there. Mix it up real good. And then I'm going to take the rest of my bag and put it in here, all around the sides. All right. Just like that. Okay. And like I said, we're January, first week of January here. I know a lot of people don't start putting this stuff out till, you know, February or March, but I got a lot of stuff going on. Trapping season's coming up. You're gonna be trapping a lot of predators, and this is just one of the things that I can check off my list. On a property this size, one mineral site will do, but we like to recommend, you know, one mineral site to about every 50 acres of habitat. So I'm going to use a little bit of this water, scoop it up with a shovel and throw it in here, and go ahead and get this good and wet. And then I'm going to reposition my camera so that I can better catch this here. There we go. I'm Let that water soak in there. Get all in there good. Look at that. There we go. So I see a lot of folks talking about going to the feed store and buying, you know, they recommend, oh, you can make 50 pounds of mineral for super cheap. Just go buy a bag of salt, trace mineral salt, and a bag of dical phosphate and mix it up, and, you know, save yourself a bunch of money. If you want to mix up some salt and pour it in the ground, the deer will paw at it and they will go after it, but there's a reason that we sell Antler Addict Deer Mineral, and it's because there's so much more to this product than just salt. You'll sit here and look at this tag. This product's about a 48% salt mixture. A lot of products on the market that you're going to find are going to be 70 or 80%. And like I said, the deer will go after the salt. You can put salt on anything and pour it on the ground, and the deer are going to go after it, and they're going to dig at the salt afterwards. But is there a huge benefit to them from just the salt? This product was designed by our owner and by folks in the know that know what you need to provide your deer in order to maximize their health. We've got stuff in here that help the deer manage stress. We've got stuff in here that help the deer with their skin, hair, and eye health. It's so much more than just antler growth. We want to have a healthy herd, and, you know, providing your herd minerals is one way to achieve that. We have a vitamin and mineral pack in our deer feed, but I'm not feeding year round on a 50-acre suburban property. So this is just another way for me to get my deer the needed vitamins and minerals to help keep them healthy throughout the year. So we're going to move this camera over here where we can keep an eye on it, and we're going to get out of here and let the deer do their thing. Find a tree where we can get a better shot. Got mineral hole. I'm kind of thinking this tree right here, because it's a big enough tree that it'll kind of hide the camera a little bit. Have to do a little bit of clearing to get a good view, but I mean, we'll be right there on top of that mineral hole, and we'll still be able to catch, you know, whatever's walking around this water. Although we could probably accomplish the same thing right here on this tree. Either way, we got to move some stuff. So now let's go over here. Go. Take and use my shovel as a machete, a makeshift machete anyway. Now all I want to do is I just want to make sure that I get anything out of the way of this Tacticam that might trigger my camera. Just, you know, false triggers are gonna chew up battery life, so anything that's hanging down in the way, I'm gonna take out. So I don't end up with a bunch of wind pictures or nothing. get out of the way, the better off we'll be. I like that right there. Now we
Wow.
Huh?
The branch got in my ear.
Ranch?
The branch.
You still recording?
Yep.
You can watch out for those branches. So, we got a new pack of batteries here. Squat down with me. Change these out real quick. Battery life on these cameras is phenomenal. This thing has been out for quite some time, and it's still taking pictures. It's not dead, but this will get me well into the spring here, this battery change. Typically will carry an extra battery tray with me when I know I'm going to change batteries, and then it's just simple and quick. I can take the old one out, pop the new one in, and be out of here. And if I'm going to go into an area that I think may be close to a deer's bedroom, or trying to get in and out real quick and not disturb the area, I will definitely do that. But coming in here today, starting this mineral site, not really worried about intrusion into their area, and we'll probably have deer on this camera this afternoon. So, all right. So, got 4 good batteries left. Put the new batteries in there. Pick these old batteries up and get them off the ground. We don't want to leave these in the woods. They're not going to grow a battery tree, unfortunately. But I'm going to come over here to this tree and put this screw-in mount here. You can use a strap. I like the screw-in mount just because I can get the exact angle. I don't have to use a limb or a piece of stick behind the camera. I'm just going to put this thing in about right here. Get it started. Just like that. There we go. Bring that out. Now on these Tacticams, you've got several options on the back of the camera for where to mount it. I always go with this one. It just gives me a little bit, lower angle, but they do have one in the bottom there as well. So just screw the camera on. Just kind of guess where it needs to be aimed right now. Level. Now, I'm going to flip the camera on and go to the app. It's another thing I love about the Tacticams. Using the Reveal app on your phone, you can go into your account. The camera's put out a Wi-Fi, they call it, kind of like it's more like a Bluetooth connection, but they call it Wi-Fi. You go in there, simple instructions, connect, continue, and just like that, it's going to show me exactly what that camera is looking at, and it's going to give me a red line across the middle of the screen. That red line is where that motion sensor is going to hit. So looking at my camera, I can see that I need to come this way just a touch to have that mineral site dead center, and tilt it down just a hair, and I believe that's going to be it right there. Tighten this down so that it doesn't move. double check that. That looks perfect. So we're ready to go. New batteries, got a card in there. I'm just gonna flip it on and close her up. One quick little tip, the camera has an antenna that you can maneuver back and forth, side to side. I always take my antenna, make sure it's screwed in tight, and then I put that antenna into the tree there. And the reason I do that is you'll find, especially around these water holes, corn piles, roasted rack, stuff like that, the raccoons will find these cameras and they will climb onto the camera. And if that antenna is up against that tree when they get up on here, you know, you can push on that and it's not going to go anywhere. If it's off to the side or it's like this, you'll end up with an antenna down and it'll block half your photo. So just always put that antenna up into the tree like that and let it bite into that bark. That is, I can check that project off my list now. Got my mineral site started and got a camera watching it, and we will see how the deer take to it.